Hello and welcome to another video. Today I've been in a lot of pain, and between that and the fact that I had a therapy session today, I am exhausted now. In terms of how my stomach is, because if you watched my last video you'll know that my stomach has been the worst it's ever been recently. I think it's probably been an 8 out of 10, if 10's the worst, and I experienced 10 last week. It's probably been an 8, maybe a 9 at certain points during the day, but it's not been quite as bad. That has made the day a lot more bearable. As I said though, I am really tired. So I'm going to go to bed, and I really hope that I get some sleep. It really does make things a lot easier, strangely. Who'd have thought it? I did manage to get a fairly decent amount of sleep last night for the first time in a really long time. My stomach has definitely not been as bad today as it was at the end of last week. So that's several good things that have happened today. And you would think that that would make me feel better or just more positive, but actually I haven't. I've just been feeling really, well, honestly, I've just been dreading when my stomach gets worse again, because that's how it seems to be at the moment. It gets better for like 1, maybe 2 days, and then it just goes back to being almost unbearable. So even though today it's been better, I'm just waiting for it to get bad again, and scared of how that's going to make me feel, and scared that I'm not going to be able to cope with it. I mean, I even got some really good news in the post, and I was like reading the letter and I was like, I know I should feel happy about this, but I don't. I just feel almost scared and overwhelmed because, well, the news didn't make me feel that way. I was feeling that way anyway, but it surprised me that the good news didn't do anything to alleviate those feelings. And then I felt bad that I didn't feel good about the news I got in the letter. So that was just a vicious cycle, isn't it? First of all, I have to say that the dread that I was feeling a couple of days ago when I last filmed, that has definitely gotten a bit better. Mainly due to the fact that my stomach has not gone back to, well, it's not gone back to a 10. It's hovering around a 7 or an 8, which may not sound like much of an improvement, but it makes a huge difference when it comes to how I'm feeling in myself and the level of discomfort I'm in, how easy eating is and the amount I'm able to eat. It makes a huge difference. The level of relief I'm feeling about that is so high, I almost want to cry when I talk about it. The dread is definitely still there a little bit, but as I said, it's gotten a bit better, so I've definitely been feeling more positive over the last couple of days. I have been in a really weird mood though, especially today. Yesterday I was feeling, I guess the relief was at its peak, and I was just feeling so happy that I wasn't feeling unbearably ill. And I just felt generally okay, for me. But I didn't do anything productive or useful yesterday. I just enjoyed that feeling. And then today, I've been feeling more ill. Not in my stomach, which is obviously great, but I've had a pretty nasty headache and I've been feeling really foggy, haven't been able to concentrate on anything. I have managed to have a shower and wash my hair, which is an achievement given how I've been feeling, but I haven't really done anything else productive or useful, and for that reason, well, I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't capitalise on yesterday. I feel like I should have done. I felt like I wasted it. I'm just beating myself up, basically. I'm just giving myself a hard time, which is not a good idea, obviously. I can't settle to anything because I just feel like I should be doing something useful, but I don't have the energy to do that. So I'm just kind of lying in bed getting frustrated. I think what I have to do is just like write today off. Like, I know I'm not going to be able to do anything that I should have done. It's only Thursday. It's not like the week is over. So it's not like I can't still get stuff done this week. I need to focus on that and give myself a break, I guess. So that's what I'm going to try and do now.
Okay, how perfect is this? I decided to read a bit of Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. Haven't read any in a few days, and I forgot that this was the page I stopped at. I just opened it up and it's a list of how to be kinder to yourself. I mean, is that a sign from the universe or what? I'm going to read it, I'm going to try and take it on board, and hopefully it'll help.
Today has been a bit of a cautionary tale for those of you who are also chronically ill in terms of pacing. I felt better today. I had a bit more energy because I slept better and my headache wasn't as bad in the morning. So I really capitalised on that and I got a lot done, but I overdid it. I didn't do it on purpose. I mean, no one overdoes it on purpose, do they really? But I sort of sent off a couple of emails and unexpectedly I got replies straight back. So I thought, right, I'm just going to reply now and get it out of the way. So I did, and then it just, things kept happening. I had to do more stuff. So yeah, massively overdone it, and you might be able to tell because I'm barely opening my eyes, but I have a pretty bad headache now. It's not quite at migraine level yet, but it's definitely edging towards it. I think it might be related to the modafinil because the headache really came from not the concentrating so much, but the reading of the emails on the laptop screen. It was just like really aggravating the pain. That was something I think I talked about a couple of videos ago actually, that really aggravated the pain the first time I had the modafinil side effects. I think maybe I just got a bit carried away. Well, I know I got carried away in terms of my energy, but I think I also got carried away in terms of thinking that I didn't have any modafinil side effects and thinking I was through them. It's been just over a month since I started my higher dose, and last time it was 2.5 to 3 months before the side effects completely wore off. So I have got a bit of a way to go. I'm going to talk to you all about the emails I sent and the stuff I did today. Tomorrow, hopefully my headache will be better by then. It's actually quite a lot of important stuff and decisions that I've been putting off for quite a long time. It's been a really good day in terms of not just productivity, but, feeling like I've got a weight off my shoulders. So I will tell you all about that tomorrow. And now, gonna go lie in a dark room. People always talk about these, baby hairs. How do they get them to stay flat? I have no idea how you would do that. I mean, I don't really have the energy to care much. It's more just out of curiosity than anything else. Today, as you might have guessed from how light it is in here, I don't have a headache, which is really good, and it means I can tell you all about my super productive day yesterday, because it really was. I finally made a decision about what I should do about my SIBO test in relation to my low blood sugar crashes. I think I've mentioned this before or touched on it a number of times, but I've been going backwards and forwards quite a lot over the past few weeks as to what I should do. I know I need the test, I really want the test done, but the test involves fasting for 12 hours before and during, so I probably wouldn't be able to eat anything until at least 10:30 a.m, which would mean that I would have a blood sugar crash. I've been getting them regularly. Well, I would get them every morning if I don't eat or drink something at around 8:30 or 9. I can feel it dropping. If it happens and I don't treat it straight away, and I mean immediately, it takes me a long time to recover, and sometimes I don't fully recover in that day itself. At the end of last week, because I was feeling so terrible in terms of my stomach, I was kind of thinking, okay, I'm just going to have to do it. I need to get this test done. I need to get this treatment started because I need to feel better right now. I can't take this anymore. And I kind of mentioned this to my therapist, and she sort of said, I'm not sure that's the best idea. That sounds kind of dangerous. Of course, she was right. Heading into a test, knowing that it's going to cause a low blood sugar crash and knowing you're not going to be able to treat it is really not a smart idea unless the doctors around you know exactly what's going on. So the first thing I did yesterday was email my Lyme doctor and explain to him my thoughts, my concerns. His secretary emailed back straight away to say unfortunately he's on holiday until next Thursday, but by the sounds of my email I should book an appointment to talk to him. So I did that. I've got a phone appointment with him next Friday, and I also decided to get a GP appointment just because I think I should let them know what's happening. Unfortunately that appointment isn't until the 2nd of October, so I'm definitely not going to be able to do the test before that, which is way after I wanted to get it done. As usual, my body is not being cooperative. I also emailed my cardiologist, I emailed the cardiologist nurse saying that I needed a new prescription for modafinil, and then she replied asking me how the increased dose was going, and I kind of offloaded on her a bit. The increased dose has been hard, as has been documented in these videos. I've had a lot of side effects, and I'm not sure it's worth it, really, or at least it's not been worth it yet. I have seen a small improvement in some of my POTS symptoms. I can sit up now in bed almost as much as I could before the POTS flare started, and that's obviously great. Sitting up in bed is way nicer than having to lie down in it all the time. But in terms of what I'm able to do, in terms of my activity levels, it's like a raindrop in a pond, it's nothing in the grand scheme of things. I just feel like everything I'm doing, the physio, the increased modafinil, the ivabradine, all of it makes tiny differences. And those differences are good, but they are minuscule. I just feel like what I need is one big improvement that will then propel me onto being able to increase my physio, increase my activity levels, and start to recondition my body, because I know that would really help. but I don't know what that big improvement is. I don't even know if that's possible. And I'm not sure tiny little incremental improvements are enough to get me back to any sort of normal function. I'm just not sure what else I can do. I'm not sure there is anything I can do. It's just hard. That might be stating the obvious, but it is really hard. I need to focus on the positives though, don't I? The positives are, I don't have a headache right now. The positives are, my POTS is better. Now I'm on the higher modafinil dose. The positives are, Strictly Come Dancing starts again tonight, so that's really, really good. Despite all the bad, those things still exist and they are still good, and I need to remember that. Guess what? My headache's back. I haven't had it for most of today, so I do need to be thankful for that. I've been waking up really early the past few days, like 5:30, 5:45. So I can't decide whether the headache is because of that or because of the modafinil. It feels like the modafinil headache, but I didn't have a headache for most of last week. And last time it didn't come and go, so I don't really know what's going on. What I do know is that today is Sunday, so it's the end of another video. This week has been just quite tiring, emotionally, mentally, not so much physically, because I've not really done anything, but they all tie in together, don't they really? I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Bye!